Now you might say, hold on a minute, Akash. That's in Thessalonica. We don't have idols over here. I don't know anybody in Reno, Carson City who has a big Greek god in their backyard where they worship and go for a swim. Here's the essence of idolatry. Essence of idolatry is this. What do people wrap their lives around? What do people have their affections bound up in? What do people have to have? They will sin to get it, and they will sin if they don't get it. That's idolatry. What is it that we worship, that we talk about, that we love, that we spend all our resources over? That's idolatry. Let me give you some. Here we go. In our area, religiosity. We're surrounded by religions, all kinds of religions. Hear what they're doing. They are trying to do good. Why? So they can get leverage on God. Why? So that God can do something for them. Those are pagan religions. That's the people who are trying to be saved by good works. We're surrounded by it. It's called idolatry. What else? Job. We have people around us who are so wrapped up in their job, that's what defines them. If they lose their job, they are so fearful. That's what an idol does, by the way. It makes you fearful. Not only that, but they love their job so much that they're devoted to it. They have devotion to it. That's an idol too. Also, money, comfort, leisure. People feel threatened if you say, can I have some of that of yours? It's an idol. What else? Something as insignificant as looks. Look at the gym filled with people. In fact, the bathroom scale is what defines whether you're going to have a good day or a bad day. Beloved, these are idols in our city. Not only that, but children. Children are idol. Children run the house. Children decide where we go. Children decide our schedule for the week. Children are the idol. Jesus? What Jesus? Children. That determines everything. Pleasure, respect, wisdom, sports, you name it. Beloved, there are no metal images in the backyards of people in Reno, Carson City, but the idols are in the heart. And here's what happens. The gospel comes and cracks the head of the idol and turns it upside down. You know why? Because the idols cannot deliver. The idols promise, we will give you this, we will give you this. And they never, ever, ever, ever deliver. There's a restaurant we go to over here, little Vietnamese restaurant, and over there's a big claw machine. You know the claw machines, the one that just go down and they grab a toy? My kids love it. Outside there's lights, there's candy on the sides, there's mirrors, there's flashing, there's toys all over, and they just, this is great. And you know what they do? They take their money and they put it in there and they watch the claw go down, and it goes down and disappears and it comes back with nothing. Over and over and over. And sometimes there's a little plastic toy that lasts about 30 seconds once it's in their hands. And you know what I see? I see their expectant faces pressed up against the glass. They're smiling. And you know what happens as soon as that thing comes out? They're crushed. They're left empty. They're destroyed. Beloved, we live in a nation, in a world, in a culture that has its face pressed up against the glass saying, that toy, that idol, that idol, that idol. And they get the idols and they deliver nothing. They deliver nothing. Our idols deliver nothing. They give you a fake, cheap replica of the real thing. Oh, look at verse 10. Look at verse 10 and look at what Jesus does at the end of verse 10. Whom He raised from the dead, Jesus, who delivers us from the wrath to come. Is that an idol? No! He delivers us from the wrath to come. He has saved us. The Thessalonians have heard this message and they're saying, wow, you mean to say these idols deliver nothing? You're right. They're fake. They're nonsense. We turn to the living God. And so they leave their idols behind and they turn to the living God and they worship Jesus Christ. Their idols are smashed. Here's what happens. Charles Wesley grabs this perfectly for us. He says this, long my imprisoned spirit lay, fast bound in sin in nature's night. Thine eye diffused a quickening ray. I woke the dungeon flame with light. My chains fell off, my heart was free. I rose, went forth, and followed Thee. Beloved, there are people in Sereno, Sparks, Carson City whose hearts are chained. And by you living the gospel, loving the gospel, preaching the gospel, living a life consistent with the gospel, you will break the chains by the power of the Holy Spirit. Did you know that? It is not impossible. It's great. When the gospel comes, it breaks legions of idols. An onslaught of the gospel comes and just destroys idols. Look at us. You're looking at ex-idol worshippers. Look at me from an idol-making country. All the stuff you like is made in